Hi, I'm Pat Malara, and you're watching the PAT Wrap.
Well, I'm over here in the South Lower Hall and I've run into a man that really does not need an introduction. His name's written all over the booth.
Thanks, mate.
Well, we're here in the South Lower Hall and I've run into a man that really doesn't need an introduction. I mean, his name's written all over the booth to start with, but for those of you who don't know him, he is Mr. David Ross. I'm going to shake your hand again, David, because I love chatting to you. And I've got to say that last year, one of my favourite things about the entire NAB experience was catching up with you, was meeting you, and you presented me with some of your gold socks.
Oh, yes. I thought you were somebody else.
Oh, no, Ed Sheeran or Prince Harry was one of those guys. And I'm wearing the Area 51 socks today as well, so
nice.
it's great to see those. But David, last year we asked you, what is Ross? How do you move with your customers? How do you fight them if need be? Where do you take your technology and how do you make decisions? And you gave us a great answer. You said if someone wants to do this, we'll do that. If they want to virtualize, we'll do that. If they want to go to the cloud. And I thought, has anything changed over the last 12 months with that?
Yes and no. The philosophy has absolutely not changed. I mean, if you decide you're not going to go where your customers want to go, they're going to go there without you.
Mm-hmm.
So the philosophy of wanting to be able to say yes to customers continues to this day. And one of the things is the interconnect standards. I mean, it's almost a religious decision. There's people that want, 12 gig SDI. There's other people that want 2110, and then connecting long, distances. Maybe it's going to be fiber and so forth. But there's some big things missing in that list, and one of them is NDI, and the other one is DisplayPort. So new for the show. In our Ultrix hyperconverged frame is NDI as well as DisplayPort. And those things are huge. Like, I mean, the DisplayPort is really important for the ability to drive, say, big LED walls and things like that. And from the point of view of NDI, I mean, it's so useful. There's so many cameras now that send things on NDI. If you want to send things a long way on a network and with ease, NDI is great for that, like cameras as well as also for multi-viewing on the output, being able to send, inexpensively signals all over the place. So it's all built in.
It's great. I mean, we know you in the broadcast space, but you're also in that corporate space as well with corporate comms, messaging, podcasting. This brings you over into that Pro AV zone as well, right?
Pro AV, absolutely. But also, you have to understand that sometimes some of these corporate customers are building bigger broadcast facilities than broadcasters.
Oh yeah, well, look, we've certainly seen that. There's been several case studies, one massive one right down under where we are in New Zealand and Australia. I want to move on to your crystal ball, because you're a man that's highly respected in the industry, a man of many talents, not a bad looking bloke. Where do you see the industry going? Is your Hyper Max platform, is the evolution of RPM, is the cloud provisioning that you've announced at NAB all part of your story, and where do you think that's going to lead, Ross?
That's a really good question. It's again part of saying yes to customers. One of the questions is, why do people want to go to the cloud? And the real question is they want flexibility. They want the ability to scale and tear things down and rearrange them. And that ability is what saves them money, because they don't have to have a ton of infrastructure lying around. On the other hand, the things that they're worried about in the cloud is cost, unexpected cost, because sometimes you're not knowing when the meter is running and when it's not. And the last thing is reliability. Nobody is saying that cloud is the most reliable way of running a high-end broadcast, and that lends to the other side. High-end broadcasts are also sometimes a challenge in the cloud, in that right now you're not going to get the top-end power of what you could do in on-prem hardware. Right. So while we're offering a lot of cloud production technology, we have to listen to why customers want something. And if you want those things about the flexibility and the ability to rearrange things, we can do that in hardware now as well, because we just launched carbonite hypermax.
Beautiful thing.
And the ability now not just to have any kind of IO inside that box, but be able to say, well, you have 8 production blades. They're 8 switchers. No, they're 4 switchers. No, they're switchers that have an image processor in a screen processor on them instead, and so forth.
Dynamically sharing the resources.
Dynamically sharing the resources from morning to noon to evening, totally changing what studios they're doing or whether it's handling a remote production. This gives you the power capability. It gives you the reliability and saves you money at the same time.
Speed of deployment as well, right?
Press of a button.
Exactly, and that's great as we move from production to production to production. David, as always, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. Thank you again for my gold socks, and thank you very much for your time and everything that you're doing for broadcast. It's wonderful, and we appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming by.
I appreciate you.
And thank you.
Hi, I'm Pat, and that's a wrap. I said that's a wrap.
Oh, sorry.